All right, it is the end of an extremely long workday, but it's all right because chapter 1100 is up. A little bit of a slower one, but one specific panel got me theorizing once again. We open up with actually a glorious little cover page that's so nostalgic. It's Usopp reminiscing about the Usopp pirates. I just thought that was so cute. We then have Kuma in Vegapunk's lab, and they're discussing with Kizaru about how he's saying we can't just have a pirate be the face of this government's new cloning program. That's ridiculous. He's got a bounty of X number of berries. But Saturn is on the Den Den Mushi and is just going like, hold on. I'm willing to have Vegapunk save your daughter's life in exchange for a couple conditions. One, you need to become a warlord, because we're in a position ever since Ace refused us, my darling boy. You will have to augment your body, become the cyborg, become a weapon, and get rid of all your humanity. So that's the third thing. Give up free will and individuality and who you are. Vegapunk is pissed at this. He's like, that is akin to murder. You expect me to murder the man? Absolutely not. And I have never seen him so furious. Kuma, on the other hand, is smiling and crying, just saying, yes, thank you, do this for me, save Bonnie's life, anything. I will pay any price. And I'm just like, my darling, sweet boy, Kuma. He deserves better. He deserves so much better. There are other conditions. It's going to take about 6 months for Bonnie to be cured, and then she still can't go outside for another year. Whereas Kuma's procedure is going to take about 2 years to complete. So Saturn says that he'll agree to this deal so long as once Bonnie completes her treatment, that she will be taken, or the government will take custody of her, because that's their leverage, that Kuma's not going to take her and run once she's cured. And Kuma's just like, listen, I don't want her in some government facility. Take her back to Sorbet Kingdom, let her live in the church and stay there. I promise, like, I have no intention of fleeing with her. And they're like, if you make any moves to try to contact her after she's been cured and we no longer have the leverage, we will take her, we will throw her right into slavery. Kuma's like, no, you have my word, absolutely not. So agreement has been struck. Bonnie comes back into the room. Kuma had specified, like, she is not to know that she is being held as a hostage. That he does not want that, and the government agreed. I'm really surprised Saturn was so accommodating. I'm still iffy on how come he was so accommodating to this, instead of being like, no, we do what we want. I don't need to compromise to you. So I am a little curious, but it kind of works. I guess he had no reason to be cruel. But I absolutely adore Bonnie coming in and just being like, oh, yay, we get to stay together for 6 months and undergo treatment together. We'll be together. It's fine. Oh, this weirdo Sentomaru. And I'm just like, oh, so cute. I love that Sentomaru's there. We also get an image of a government ship when Kizaru showed up. And there's this random Marine, I think, that's just shown. I'm like, who are you? Why are you getting a panel? I don't know. So if anyone can tell me their name. I don't know if they're like young Doberman, because the Doberman has been in a couple recent ones close to Sentomaru, and next Sentomaru, close to Saturn. And I'm wondering if that could be them. I don't know. I'm really bad with faces and names. We see Vegapunk going absolute crazy with research and working towards things, and then he's just like, I wish there were 5 more of me. I wish I had someone who could eat and sleep and go to the bathroom for me. So the idea of the satellites and other Vegapunks have been born, which is great. There's a moment of everyone there just dancing and having fun, and it's like the Nika pose dance. So between Sentomaru, Kizaru, Bonnie, and Kuma all dancing together, I'm convinced that these people will all be on our side. Anyone I see dancing like this, I'm convinced. So I was hesitant on whether or not Kizaru would join us, or would he stay loyal to the government, or would he betray them. Originally, I liked him just being a cog in the machine, just doing as he's told. It was kind of interesting. Now I'm just like, no, he's got a plan. I'll get probably more into the plan later when I go a little bit theory mode, but I'm going with he will betray the government to protect Bonnie, and he's got a plan on this island. There's also a robot in one of the panels that kind of reminds me of the number 1 guy and Edison a little bit, so I'm not sure if this is like a prototype for one of the Vegapunks that will come later. Bonnie returns home back to the Sorbet Kingdom, and we're introduced to the king's mother, Connie, she shows up, and again, I am convinced that at some point in time, Bonnie is going to have to sneak out of the church, and she's going to do it by turning Connie into a younger version, so she'll look like young Bonnie, and Bonnie will turn into an older version, sneak out as Connie. I'm convinced on that one. That has to happen. We also have this CP8, I think, agent, Alpha, who threatens Bonnie's life in order to keep Kuma in line, which, ridiculous. Do not like you. And she's just in, I'm assuming, disguise as a nurse or doctor. I don't actually feel like she is one. Like, oh, we'll check her temperature every day, make sure she stays healthy. Oh, what's this big wall thing that we're putting around the church? Oh, those are our living quarters. It'll be fine. Also, anyone who wants to get close to her has to have proper identification. Yeah, Bonnie is a hostage now. And Kuma is forced to say goodbye. And Bonnie's saying, once you're done your treatment, we can sail around the world together. There's so many places I want to see. And Kuma, absolutely heartbreaking boy, is just like, of course, I would love that. And then he says, I would love to have been able to show you all those places. I'm like, my actual heart, he deserves to sail around the world with his daughter. Ridiculous. Kuma, of course, becomes a warlord, and we see everybody finding out and how they take those news, whether it be the former warlords. Doflamingo is great to see again. Standouts are, of course, my darling boy Ace and Jinbei and Whitebeard and the Whitebeard Pirates. Blackbeard's there. Could no one have just, like, pushed him over the side of the boat and just let him drown? I know he didn't have the devil fruit at this point in time, but who knows? He might not know how to swim. We can drown him. The Revolutionary Army are, of course, shocked that Kuma is now working for the warlords, but I find it interesting that Dragon is not speaking, so I'm wondering if Vegapunk had reached out to Dragon to let him know that this has happened, or some kind of understanding. Hey, I sent you to Vegapunk, so now I'm already assuming that this was the deal that you struck. So I think he understands the situation, even if he was not directly told it. And I think that's fine. And I'm still going with Vegapunk has put some kind of code in the pacifistas that will eventually revert them to be controlled by the Revolutionary Army. And they'll be like a force for good in protecting the weak that he always wanted them to be. And it'll be the true will of Kuma to protect others. I'm also going with, someone had mentioned in the comments, the chances that the giant paw in Vegapunk's lab is all Kuma's memories, or at least specific ones, possibly all of them, that once it is gone back to its original owner, eventually, it'll go back to either the original Kuma, or it'll go to all of the pacifistas, as they're all clones of him, and they will all get their memories, and then they will revert to the Revolutionary Army and fight that way. Oh, another cute moment is Kobe's still with Alvida, and oh, he's such a sweet little boy. So he's come so far. I love it. And then we end with Kuma writing letters to Bonnie, wishing her well, saying he's off on adventures and being a pirate and sailing the world, and it's just so sweet. But we see him sailing away from what I can assume is Windmill Village. I'm bad with locations as well, but there's a lot of windmills. So he's in the East Blue at this time, possibly near Luffy's home. We see Luffy when he's wearing a shirt. It looks like there's a number on it. He normally wears like 57 or 56 as a little kid. This image doesn't really look like that number, but he's running from a tiger, so I'm assuming this is before he left his hometown. And I'm wondering if he's like checking up on Dragon's son, if he's always had an eye on Luffy, if maybe he had a run-in with Shanks and knows what devil fruit he has, knows the truth, is putting faith in Luffy. And that's why when they come across in Thriller Bark that he's like, Dragon, this is definitely your boy, and in a way protects him, tests his crew. And then again on Sabati, like he's been watching over him from the beginning. I don't know. Going a little bit tinfoil hatty. So if Kizaru, because again, my only evidence is the fact that he was dancing like Nika, and therefore I assume he will eventually be on our side. I'm assuming that when Kuma arrives, he is going to enact his plan, which will involve killing Vegapunk, but doing so, which like preserves the brain, get rid of the body, so it's a fake out death. And then he'll upload that brain technology, Punk records somewhere else, and he's already got it planned out. Kuma will arrive and then use his powers to take all the pain he's ever felt, which is a lot, and put it into Saturn, which will then kill him, thank God. I'm assuming Luffy is going to take the blame for this, or get the credit for killing a celestial dragon, Gorosei. And God knows what that'll do to his bounty. I so want Bonnie to inherit her father's fruit, but that only works if my tinfoil crazy hat close to almost too tinfoily for me, being that she doesn't actually have a devil fruit because we didn't see her eat a devil fruit. This is a power that she inherited from either her mother or her celestial dragon ancestor. And because she has been told all her life it's a devil fruit, she mentally thinks it has those limitations. So to enact the control over her age, she has to concentrate and focus on this. So she was told it's a devil fruit. So she thinks if she's in the water, if she's in sea prism cuffs, that it won't work, because mentally she knows that's a limitation that devil fruit users had. And I get that Oda had said it in the SBS, but I'm just like, authors can lie to you. That I know Oda doesn't normally lie to us in those, but like, it's a possibility. Until it's written into the story, I'm assuming there's misdirections are possible. But again, the chances of that are like as close to zero as humanly possible, so very, very, very unlikely. Instead, I like the idea of the number puns that all the devil fruits from 1 to 9 will be in the Straw Hat crew, and the one that we're missing is Kuma's devil fruit. So if Kuma dies and Oda breaks my heart and soul again, because he will, that devil fruit will reappear somewhere, and one of the Straw Hats can have it. So that leaves like Nami and Usopp and Sanji and Jinbei, Zoro, and Frankie. Like, which one of these do you think would get the devil fruit? Trick question. It'll be Vivi. Vivi, who is a Straw Hat. I refuse to believe otherwise. She will get Kuma's devil fruit. Why do I think that? Because there were 2 plausible theories for what devil fruit her ancestor would have had. And I was leaning a little bit more towards the Apop fruit, and she was forced to use the immortality surgery on the one with the pointy hat. Emu? I'm just going to go with Emu. We've established I'm bad with names and pronunciations. But it could also, I heard very good theories for she actually had the Pawpaw fruit and used its power to send the Poneglyphs out across the world to allies of the Void Century Kingdom. So I think Vivi will get her ancestor's fruit in the Pawpaw fruit, officially join the Straw Hats once again, and now we have all our numbers of devil fruits. Is there any way, like, you collect them all, 1 through 9, and something happens with devil fruits? That'd be kind of cool. Can they be combined? And I don't think there's any way to combine devil fruits, but I've been wanting to see the completion of the Transformer robot Frankie, we had started in in Thriller Bark, when Robin's just like, no, I'm not doing that. I don't know. Anywho, that's tinfoil hattie again. While we're staying on tinfoil hat theory, I was also considering the fact that someone used the immortality surgery on Emu. Yeah, the one with the pointy hat. But what if part of the immortality procedure surgery involves taking your soul and putting it into a different body? So you make a body immortal, but you can't make your body immortal. You have to transfer your soul into this one. Because why the hell would we show La having the ability to switch out souls, minds, personalities, like swap the hearts around, if that's not going to come to play eventually? So what if the original body for Emu, it was destroyed, and their soul was put into Vivi's ancestor's body because she never returned from Marie-Joie? They easily could have just killed her and faked her death or whatever and got rid of the body. But I think this is more fun. It'd be really cool if it was, because to see Vivi going up against evil Vivi ancestor, that just kind of sounds cool to me. All right, that is all I got for this chapter. Talk to you later. I'm very excited to see what happens next.